Alam mo, when I started trading, I never wanted to stop loss or cut loss on any of my trades. Ngayon, if you're a trader, alam mo na kung ano ibig sabihin ng stop loss or cut loss. But if you don't know what it means, ang ibig sabihin lang nun ay nililiquidate mo na yung hawak mong asset or token na tinetrade mo para matigil na yung pagkatalo mo dun sa asset na yun o dun sa token na yun. At kaya hindi ako nag-stop loss or nagka-cut loss dahil ayoko magkaroon ng negative o kaya talo sa mga trades ko at saka sa trading record ko. Gusto ko lahat ng trades ko kasi is profitable or at worst, break even. So it was very egotistic for me na hindi ako magka-cut loss. So instead, ang ginagawa ko is I would cost average. So pag pababa na yung presyo at pagtingin ko yun na yung bottom niya, I'll buy as much of that same asset or even more at the lower price para sa ganon, mas bababa yung average price nung binili kong token. Sa mga may hindi alam, yan ang ibig sabihin ng cost average. Now, yung nakita kong problema doon sa ginagawa kong cost averaging is especially nung 2022, nung nag-collapse yung buong crypto market, some of the tokens I was buying dropped as much as 95%. So in other words, dumami lang yung hawak ko na tokens na wala na talagang halaga. At kahit kinost average ko siya, sobrang baba nung presyo, hindi pa rin ako makakabawi dun sa aking investment o sa aking trade. Kaya sa video na to, pag-uusapan natin kung ano ba yung natutunan ko dun sa experience na yun at kailan gagamitin ang cost average at kailan mo gagamitin ang cut loss or stop loss. And by the way, this is not financial advice. I'm just sharing with you ano yung mga ginagawa ko ngayon and what works for me with my trades to make it more profitable and less risky. So unang-una, let's compare yung effect ng cost average and also yung cut loss in terms of your profitability and your risk exposure. So let's start with cost average. Let's say for example, may binili kang asset or token or in this case crypto for $1 per token. So kung bumili ka ng 100 tokens, it'll cost you $100. Ngayon, what if the price suddenly starts to drop tapos nakita mo that it's gonna keep on dropping? Ang gagawin mo with cost averaging is kailangan mo malaman kung ano ba yung market bottom na presyo ng crypto nito. So let's say for example, nakita mo that the bottom will be at 60 cents per token. So in that case, bibili ka ng 100 more tokens at 60 cents. So in total, you're gonna put in $60 more of your capital for that particular token. Which means that you now have increased your total exposure or total position to $160. And you now have 200 tokens versus the original 100 tokens. If you divide 160 by 200, the average price per token now drops from $1 per token to 80 cents per token. Ngayon, tignan naman natin yung cut loss. In cut loss, again, let's start with $1 per token and you buy 100 tokens. Tapos you notice that the price is starting to go down. Let's say you know that it's going to hit 60 cents per token. And before it drops to 60 cents, nakita mo na nabababa na and then you decide to sell at 80 cents per token. So that means you now get $80 back from your $100. Pero as soon as it drops to 60 cents, you go back into the market and buy at 60 cents per token. And that means you now have 100 tokens for $60. And that means you have $20 back that you can reinvest or just hold on to. Now, what is your average price in this case per token? The average price will be the $60 plus the minus $20 that you lost because you sold at 80 cents. That brings your average cost to 80 cents as well. But here's where the difference lies. Let's say, for example, that the price of the token now goes back up to $1. Then you decide to sell at $1 per token with the cost average. You now got back $200. That's a $40 profit. And that means you get a 25% return on your investment of $160. Now, if you look at the cut loss, if it goes back to $1 and you sell it, you now get back $100. And since you bought it at $60 plus the loss of $20, you also made a 25% return because you invested $80 and you got back $20 for it. So in terms of cost, it's the same depending on when you decide to cut loss. And in terms of profitability, it's roughly going to be about the same. But the main difference is this. When you cost average, you have a higher exposure and a larger position that you're stuck with compared to cut loss where you're maintaining the same position when you buy back in at the bottom price. O ngayon na nakita mo na yung comparison at yung computation between cost average and cut loss, tignan naman natin kung kailan mo gagamitin yung cost average versus cut loss strategy. So my rule of thumb is this: ang cost average ay ginagamit mo lang kung yung mga assets o crypto o currencies na binibili mo ay mga mahahalagang mga assets. And there are a lot of different ways to determine kung mahalaga ba tong asset na to. So, for stocks, it's considered mga blue chip stocks. You can also look at the trading volume and the market cap of these assets to be able to determine kung okay ba yung asset na yan. At yun lang ang marirekomenda ko sa inyong mga type of assets kung saan pwede ka mag-cost average. And that's because lumalaki yung exposure mo dito sa asset na to. Kaya dapat siguraduhin mo na maganda yung hawak mong asset. Kasi hawak mo yan at pag hindi mahalaga yung hawak mo, mas malaki yung pwedeng mawala sa'yo. At dahil doon, maganda din ang cost averaging pag ikaw ay isang investor versus isang trader. Kasi ang gusto mong gawin ay palakihin pa yung exposure o position mo dun sa asset na yon, given that the asset is a blue chip asset. At ano ba itong mga blue chip assets na to? Well, in crypto, ang favorite asset ko, at alam naman nyo itong lahat, ay Bitcoin. At isasama ko na rin doon ang Ethereum. And yung dalawang yon are fairly safe crypto assets that you can invest in the long term at pwede mo ring i-trade. At yung dalawang yon ang marirekomenda ko kung gusto mong gamitin ang cost average strategy. O ngayon, tignan naman natin yung cut loss strategy. Yung cut loss strategy ay magandang gamitin para sa mga assets na speculative. O kaya pag sa crypto, yan yung mga meme coins or tawag ng iba ay shitcoins. Dahil yung mga meme coins na yan, pwedeng bumagsak at mag-zero. Pwedeng mawala lahat ng pera mo. Kaya importante na kailangan mo matutunan kung paano mag-cut loss pag nakikita mong bababa na yung presyo ng mga meme coins na yan. At kaya importante yung cut loss sa mga meme coins or mga speculative assets. Kasi pag nakikita mo ng bababa yung presyo, you might as well sell and liquidate your entire position para wala ka ng exposure at matigil na yung talo mo dun sa speculative asset na yon. Ngayon, kung bumaba yung presyo tas na-predict mo naman kung saan na yung pinakamababa niya, pwede ka nang bumili ulit at dahil sa cut loss mo, you can buy the same amount for a much cheaper price. And kaya mong bawiin yung natalo mo doon sa pag-cut loss mo when you're able to buy at the much lower price or the bottom price pag umakyat ulit yung crypto na yon. Pero let's say hindi na siya umakyat o kaya nag-zero siya, at least mas maliit na lang yung exposure mo kumpara sa umpisang position mo. At doon pinakamabisa ang cut loss. And for that reason, cut loss or stop loss is only recommended para sa mga traders, not for investors. Because as an investor, iniisip mo kasi long term. So why would you liquidate your position on a particular asset if you're an investor? Unless nga, wala kang tiwala at hindi mo pinag-aralin yung asset na binibili mo at hindi siya blue chip asset. Then in that case, why are you investing in it? So that's it. It's that simple. Ngayon alam mo na kung kailan gagamitin yung cost average at kailan gagamitin yung cut loss. I hope nakatulong tong video na to para makapag-improve yung inyong trading at yung inyong profitability. Kayo, ano sa tingin nyo? Which strategy do you use more? Cut loss or cost average? And why? I'd love to hear from all of you at isulat lang nyo lahat ng mga opinion nyo at mga comments nyo dito sa comment section sa video na to. At pag nagugustuhan mo yung mga ganitong klaseng content, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. This is my second YouTube channel which is dedicated for all things money, crypto, trading, investing, money hacks, and money tips. Ito si Chris Tan. Magkita tayo muli sa aking susunod na video.